Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Colorado and welcome to the weekly vlog. Carol here. I am in my home office because that's what a girl does. I've been super busy today. The time is now 1:28. I need to take my lunch break, so I'm going to log out here around 1:30 and do that. But I have just been so busy contacting people this morning who are interested in becoming Girl Scouts. You hear it time and again because that is my job. I am a community engagement specialist for Girl Scouts of Colorado. And right now, back to school is our busiest time of year. I do a ton of back to school events as well as community events in an effort to recruit for the Girl Scout movement. And today, so far so good. I'm having a lot of good conversations with families. We're getting girls connected, and that feels really exciting. But I wanted to go ahead and get the weekly vlog kicked off. I don't have like a ton going on this week. I believe we have a concert. I should probably check the calendar on that. But let me see here. We do. So tomorrow we are seeing MUSE, and I will bring you along for that. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing show. I also have a work event tomorrow from 5 to 6. We are going to the work event, and then I'm gonna zip on home, grab Thomas, and then we need to go up to Denver. So that's new, but it is what it is. And then next week, you'll get to see 2 more concerts. So we have a lot coming up in our schedule. And you know, I'd rather be busy than bored. I say that all the time because it is the truth. So far today has been going pretty darn well. I am super excited to report, and this might be TMI, but here we are, that our dog, Dustin Rhodes, has finally had a bowel movement. For those that haven't been following as closely, a couple vlogs ago, I shared that he was having some sort of medical event. We took him into the vet and found out that he had some kind of something stuck in his either stomach or intestinal tract, which led to surgery, and that showed that there was about 2-inch piece of a rubber ball that was lodged in his intestinal tract that would not come out on its own, so it was surgically removed. And so last week, the biggest hurdle that we had to overcome for him was, is he going to have a bowel movement? And so we've basically been on BM watch all throughout the weekend, and I'm super happy to report that as of yesterday, the blockage has cleared. Which means surgery was successful, and now we just need to ensure that he doesn't bother his healing site. He has a pretty gnarly gash on his belly, and so far he's been okay with like not messing with it, but he's such an active guy and just doesn't pay attention to his limits. So really it's just a matter of us making sure that he remains calm and doesn't try to chase every single thing in the backyard. And so far so good on that as well. We are still putting his cone of shame on him in the evenings or when we leave the home and we just can't monitor him, because obviously from this event, you all know now that he just likes to eat things that he shouldn't. And usually he can pass them okay, but this was just one circumstance where that was not the case. But anywho, I'm gonna get logged out, figure my lunch out, and then probably just hit the rest of today pretty hard in terms of contacts. I feel like as I'm looking at my contact list go down, I refresh and it just goes right back up again. And that's because while I am making calls, our data ladies are actually inputting interest leads. And so it is a little bit discouraging sometimes to just see that number continue to rise. However, I know at the end of the day that I am exactly where I need to be, and I am really enjoying this job and this position and being able to work for Girl Scouts because I just love this organization so much. And it's done a lot for me, and I really appreciate being able to do a lot for it. So anyway, I will check in with you all in a little bit, and that's what I've got. Okay, bye. Updating, it is a little while later. I have some landscapers here to do a deep clean, essentially, of the yard because Thomas does his best, but he's been really busy with work lately, and the yard, it's gotten out of hand. So much so that this morning I had to call Dustin a couple of times and have him like pop up out of the grass to even see him because it is taller than him at this point. The guys have already done the front yard and they are now working in the backyard. I'm going to try to get some video footage so you can see like what it looks like now, because I have kind of been avoiding showing you the backyard in clips because it's crazy out there. Look at him out there. Okay, actually I think this might be perfect. You can see the clean, fresh cut versus the mess that's left. They're also going to remove all of that stuff in the back where that tree fell a couple months ago, and then we just never actually addressed all of the fallen branches. They've just been sitting in the yard. I think you can see too how absolutely atrocious it looks around the greenhouse. Like just being able to walk in and out of there has gotten a little crazy. And yes, inside the greenhouse is looking crazy too, but that is because we have a flourishing garden. Now that is a clean yard. I have some happy dogs right now. They are out here investigating. What do you think, bud? I know. I'm excited to finally have gotten rid of this pile of tree from the tree that fell. You can still see our fence, not quite right, but hell of a lot better than it was. I wonder what this tarp situation is. This is like from the former owner. We just haven't dug it up and gotten rid of it. I have no idea what it was. Now that they are done, I am out doing a sweep of the yard as well to make sure that any leftover traces of old balls or toys that might be big enough for that one to chew on, because that's what he does, are removed. And I'm glad I'm doing that because I already found 2 remnants of balls that needed to be thrown away. And like, that's exactly what he'll get into, you know, is those rubber balls. He is obsessed with fetch. Like, he just doesn't know when to stop. And he's obsessed with balls. Boys and their balls, you know? Morning, y'all. Welcome to the next day. I am awake, but only in body, not in spirit. I need to have my energy drink. Today is my in-office day, so I am up and at it. I have had my meds. I have given the dog some water. There's a dog there in the hallway. There's probably 2 dogs there in that hallway. I need to pack my lunch and my breakfast, but otherwise I am ready to go. And my hair's all wet because I got the curls curling today. Oh, but what I really want to do is just go back to bed. We're not really doing like an outfit vlog this week, but figured I'd show you my outfit for today for the office. I have my yellow skirt on, some sandals. I have paired it with this fruit patterned navy shirt. We have some bananas and oranges and lemons and peaches. We also have some watermelons. And so to go along with that, I am wearing my lemon earrings. Look who's having breakfast in the neighborhood, including the little baby. Oh my gosh, so cute. They pretty much ignore us because, you know, we all live here together at this point. Oh, cutie. Because she was... Yeah. She just felt so bad. That was bad, you know what I mean? And I was like, well, bless you for being, you know, kind and willing to... Hello, my friends. Thomas and I are at the MUSE concert. Well, not quite there yet, I should say. We're actually in a very strange parking garage. The floor that we're on is full of cars. We get to this level, which we thought was like ground level, and I think we may be underground. Also, why isn't this part of the garage open? Because it's packed everywhere else, which is weird. That's cool looking.
Yep. My whole thing was where I live is that we have one.
Hi guys, update time. It is the next day and I am at the library. This afternoon, I am facilitating a Girl Scout interest meeting. Now, this is different from the back to school events that you have seen me doing, in that this meeting is specifically for parents that we met at a back to school event that wanted further information. We then invite them to a Girl Scout interest meeting. So I'm here at the library. I have everything set up. I'm going to show you the room, but I just wanted to check in with you. Y'all, last night's concert was so fun. Thomas and I did not end up getting home till about 1 o'clock in the morning. Oof. So by the time you get ready for bed, it was like 1:30. This morning I was dragging, so there was no way that I could film anything. I had to like crawl out of bed right before work started and begin my day in pajamas. Not my best look. Thank goodness I was at home. But now I obviously am dressed. I'm out of the house. I took a shower. I blow dried my hair today for the first time in a couple of weeks, I think. I've just been given the curls time to do their natural thing, and I didn't want to fight with my gray hairs. All that silver just likes to do whatever it wants to do. But it's been a really good day so far. I've gotten a lot accomplished today, and we were able to go and pick up the signs for Joanna's Silver Award project from the sign shop, which was really exciting. And, you know, just one more step in the right direction. Pretty much everything's ready to go. We're just waiting on the final date from the nursery about when they want to have that installed. And I think they wanted to do that during their Fall Fest event. So just trying to iron out those last details, but essentially the project itself is ready to go, which is really exciting. And Joanna's really excited too. So let me show you what the room looks like. Nothing crazy, but you know, a girl has some things set up and she wants to share it with her friends. So essentially this meeting, we will have art stations. So we have a make a nature rubbing station. We have this station here, which is to create your own special cookie bag. So cute. And then the last station is on the other side, but I also have this table set up for parents as they come in to sign in, gather some further information. I'm going to give them one of these interest meeting packets essentially, and then I have a facilitator packet over there to walk them through that. My handy dandy vitamin zero water to keep me going. And then over here, I think this is my most favorite station. We have a make your own headband station. So cute. At my event last night, the little girl had so much fun with this, and I'm happy to report she did sign up to be a Daisy Scout. Mom was so excited for both of them. Hi, friends. Yes, I am in the car. We're going to do our end of the week wrap up for our weekly vlog. First, I want to know, have you been enjoying the weekly vlog and the weekend vlog? I have found some joy and some consistency in trying to film this way and giving myself the ability to actually edit and upload and all of that good stuff. Part of the reason why I needed to switch my upload schedule and how I've been doing things is because I went from being able to upload in 20 to 30 minutes to consistently taking over 2 hours to upload a video. And I have no idea why that is. My internet hasn't changed. I'm still living in the same house. And I am not sure if it's like me or YouTube. And the way that YouTube tends to change things or try to fix things or enhance things, I'm going to guess it's YouTube. But either way, it's been super frustrating. And I hope that you're now enjoying this new format and the way that I'm doing things. I feel like it gives me the opportunity to share more things with you all versus trying to push out a video every Sunday and every Wednesday. I just don't have enough happening between Sunday and Wednesday to justify that kind of upload schedule versus the weekly on Friday and the weekend on Sunday. Today was a good day. I got a lot accomplished with work. I am in the car because I'm just back from a back to school event. And as I was leaving the school, the skies opened up. I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty dark outside. Thomas said we got a lot of hail here at the house, And the school I was at also got a lot of hail and also a lot of rain. It felt like I was trying to, like, I don't know, travel through a river when I was leaving the school and had my wagon. One of the parents was like, "You're never going to make it. You want me to help you lift this thing?" And I was like, "Thank you," because I don't think I would have made it. When I stepped off the curb into the street, I sunk down because, 5 feet small, and I felt like a current running through the street. That's how much water there was. Oh my gosh. So super grateful for that parent, because I think if my wagon had gotten into that like flow, I could have lost the darn thing. But anyway, I needed to get home. Work was done for the day and I didn't want to spend any more time there than necessary. But having my hat on, my jacket with my hood has like really messed up my hair. Oh my gosh. I don't have a whole lot going on tonight. I really didn't have a whole lot going on today. I had work, which was a lot of admin tasks today. I had a bunch of parents to contact, and then I had to do this back to school event, and now the day is done. So I'm home, and I am thinking that I'm going to start reading a book tonight. I want to start the How to Survive Camping, that book 1, because I think it's going to be a really fun book, but I need to get inside and have dinner. And I wanted to update you and just let you see my face and see how y'all are doing. I have to say, I've been doing really well. And I know that that can be difficult to talk about on the internet because people want to be able to commiserate with you, like straight up. They want the bad things to be happening for other people so they can commiserate about the bad things happening in their life. And I have to say right now, I am in a really good mental headspace in general. And this job has been a really good shift, not just for me, but for the entire household. Me working at home again is what needed to happen for all of us. And it has impacted my mental health and well-being in such positive ways. And that is difficult sometimes to share because I don't want anyone to think that I'm like gloating or I'm just like, God, my life is so great. Life is full of ups and downs. And as somebody who is very much ruled by the whims of her menstrual cycle and greatly impacted by things that are happening out in the world. I mean, if you live in the United States, are you paying attention? Because the news is bleak, the economy is rough, and socially, everyone is all over the place. And so from a global perspective, like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Where's my punk rock friends out there? But from just what's going on in our family and how things have been going lately, things are going really well, and I am grateful for that. And I don't take that lightly. Like, I know, as somebody that experiences chronic depression and anxiety, that just as easily and as quickly as I'm feeling stable right now, that the flip can switch. And so I just need to be grateful for this moment, this time where I'm feeling stable and able to give to my kids and my husband and my dogs. And it's all going to be okay. Hopefully. The U.S. needs to get it together. Holy moly. But anyway, that's my check-in for now. I'm not going to close out this video just yet. We're going to read together for a little bit. I'm going to give you an update on the book, and then we will close out the weekly vlog. Here is the salsa chicken that I made last night, and then it was in the fridge. That is butter. You know, everything's better with butter. And then here is the final result. I shredded the chicken and added some cheese and some rice. And Thomas's chicken is heating up now. It is the next day. I had every intention of updating y'all last night, but I ended up finishing the book. And then it was, I don't know, a little late or very early, depending on how you think about it. And I did not have the strength to finish the book and finish the vlog. So sometimes you got to choose your battles. I really, really, really enjoyed How to Survive Camping, The Man with No Shadow. So this is book 1 in the How to Survive Camping series. I read book 2. I didn't know that that was book 2, but I read book 2 a couple of weeks ago and absolutely adored it. And so I had to go back for book 1. In this Scooby-Doo mystery adventure horror style series of a book, we are investigating the man with no shadow who lives on the campground. And you know, he's up to no good. Oh gosh, these entities, they really need to relax. There's campers trying to enjoy themselves. And our camp master, Kate, is once again firmly in hand to save the day. And I absolutely adored it. I cannot wait for book 3 to come out. I am giving this 4 stars. I feel like the only reason that I fully can't give it those 5 stars are because, yes, it's really good. And yes, it's really well written. But I can't say that this is a book that like inspires me or makes me cry, but it does make you laugh out loud. It does make you really ask yourself, who is good? Who is evil? And in the grand scheme of things, does it even matter? Are we all a bit of both? And I really, really like it. So I am very excited. I believe book 3 comes out in September, and now I am ready. And I also cannot wait to add this to my bookshelf. I just think they're beautiful as well. I don't know how well you can see the cover art, but I just really like it. So if you are in the mood for a lighter horror, campy style book, highly recommend How to Survive Camping by Bonnie Quinn. Once again, I just think she did an amazing job. And what I like about the main character is that I don't like the main character. And usually when I read a book where I don't like the main character, therefore I don't like the book. But Bonnie writes her in such a way that I'm learning to appreciate a character that maybe I don't understand. Maybe I don't like her that much. And that's okay. Also, y'all, I was just thinking about this, but recently I DNF'd. Everyone in my family has killed someone. And I've never done this before, but I think I'm going to return this to Barnes & Noble and exchange it for a new book. I've never done that because I've just always said, oh, it's fine, I'll just donate it. But books are expensive, and this is a hobby that can definitely add up. This book was $18.99, and that's a whole other book I could be reading and actually really enjoying. So I am going to do that this time. And with that, now I am ready to close out the weekly vlog. I have really enjoyed spending another week with you all. I hope that you have enjoyed tagging along with us. We got up to some adventuring this week. The yard still looks fabulous. The dogs are still really enjoying it. And the MUSE concert, oh my gosh. There's just nothing like live music. Standing there with all of humanity next to you, from all different walks of life, all ages, enjoying a shared experience and having the music wash over you. I am not a religious person, but that is a spiritual experience, right? And I think there's lots of different ways that we can experience spiritual experiences in our life, whether or not we believe in a deity or we believe in an afterlife. I think that it's a universal truth that people can experience spiritual experiences in different ways. And for me, a concert is the quickest way to help me feel in tune with other people and with myself. And we just had so much fun. Thomas and I talked about that yesterday, actually. We were just talking about how it is so nice to have these shared hobbies as a couple that has been together for a really long time, 21 years married, 22 together, to have these shared experiences where we can like look back on them and reflect and really talk about like, oh my gosh, what did that mean for you? Because this is what it meant for me. So anywho, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for every watch. Thank you for every like. Thank you for every dislike. A thumbs up or a thumbs down is engagement regardless. And there's nothing the YouTube algorithm loves more than engagement. And with that in mind, I have a question for you. Recently, I asked what your favorite ice cream flavor was, and that was so fun to be able to chat with you guys in the comments about it. So if you are here at the end of this video, I would love to know, what is your favorite genre of book to read? Or when you were a kid, what was your favorite genre? Are you a sci-fi person? Do you love a good horror? Is mystery your jam? General nonfiction? Or do you want to be made to cry and feel something real deep? Or are you more of a nonfiction person and you're like, if I'm gonna read, I'm gonna learn, baby? I'd love to know in the comment section down below. I think you can pretty much suss out what I like. I love a good post-apocalyptic book. I think that may be my absolute favorite genre. And then after that, make it weird. If it is weird, if it's a little unhinged, if there's a little horror thrown in there for good measure, I am there. And I just think it is so fascinating to see how writers write about the human perspective of the future and how they think things are going to go. You know, eventually one of them's going to be right, and they're going to be the next Nostradamus. And with that, my friends, I will see you in my next one.